All right, everybody, welcome back to Oak Acres here. We are here today. Just got a delivery of our quick attach stuff that we ordered. Not today's project, but we did get it unloaded thanks to XPO. So they just delivered. There's the truck still in the drive that he'll be heading out shortly. But let's show you what we got. So um, we have our current bucket on our backhoe, which unfortunately it's a clamshell bucket, works fairly well for picking up logs, except you can't see them. And then as far as moving materials and stuff like that, we did a little damage to the bucket a few months ago, um, which makes it rather difficult to move materials around. And I had been thinking about getting a clamshell or a um, grapple bucket for it, and I figured the best way to do that was with quick attach. So we see it does have the hydraulics in the front here that'll make it easier to get that set up. So what we got with our quick attach system, note, got these from quick attach attachments out of New Mexico or Minnesota rather, and this is just a low profile bucket that we'll use for moving materials around. And then over here we got the adapter. Walk by the grapple bucket, which I'll show you in a minute, but this is the adapter that goes on the actual backhoe. You can see the pins, the adapter. So hopefully that's the right one. And then we have the reason we got the bucket in the first place here is our grapple. So this should allow us so we can better see what we're picking up, but also allow us to pick up logs better because the bottom grapple will allow us to get underneath more than one log, and then the top grapple will come over the top, giving us a better grip. So like I said, that's not today's project, but that is what we're going to be doing at some point. So we'll get to that, and I'll show you that when we get there. So for today's project here at Oak Acres, we're going to take these logs over here, which you can see there's quite a few in the stack. We're not going to necessarily get to all of them today. We got some shorter ones up here in the front. We got some longer ones here. And we are going to be making some lumber for the cabin. So back over here to the sawmill. And what we're building, I'll show you guys a little bit later. Got a bit of a start to it. Is a 10 by 10 cabin. So we got the Logsaw mill here all wrapped up. We're going to unwrap it and we'll get ready to go. So here we go. All right, so we're back out here today to work on our cabin. I'll show you the progress we made. So you guys haven't seen this project yet. Haven't done too much, but we've gotten started. And I did forget or change my mind when it came to the insulation. So I had to make some modifications here. I'll show you what we got. So the cabin is 10 by 10. Built a platform. Take a look here at the platform that we're working on. So I'll show you I got it up in the air at the moment. So it's just a 10 by 10 platform. We got some 5/4 boards on top, 2x6s. And then we're insulating the bottom. So I've got 2 layers of insulation. I got one that's up against the bottom of the floorboards, and then another one on the bottom, and then we're putting these boards over the top, which clearly needs some more nails. But just getting started with this, so I'll throw some more nails in this today, and we'll get get it covered on the bottom. I'm just using some scrap, cut up some 1/2 inch boards, and then some whatever scrap boards I had lying around. So we'll get that set up, and then I'll put it back down, and we'll get started on building some walls later. Okay, so we're out here at the cabin, and just wanted to give you a little rundown of where we're at. I spent the morning milling up some 2x material, some 2x4s. As you can see here, these are the freshly milled 2x4s. I know we're using green lumber for this cabin out of necessity. The cabin is going to be a place for us to stay here in the winter, and as you can tell around us here, the leaves are starting to fall off the trees, which means it's fall, which means we don't have time to allow this stuff to dry. But I did learn some techniques that'll hopefully, once we get to like the siding and that kind of stuff, to stop it from splitting. And it is only a cabin, so it doesn't have to be perfect for sure. We'll make sure that we're doing what we can to stop the splitting. For example, when we nailed down the floorboards, there's just nails on either side, as you can see here, and the nails were angled in on either side towards the center. So when it shrinks, it should actually pull it together, and obviously, excuse me, that will make a gap between these boards. But later on, I'm going to mill up some oak, and we'll do some oak flooring over the top of this. That will let dry, and will allow this to dry. But right now, I'm laying out the front wall. Got some pieces cut. I'm going to do some 4x4s in the corner, mainly just because I have them here. I cut those up a couple weeks ago, or last week. And we're going to put in some windows I picked up. I got this little one over here, and then I got this one on clearance for less than I paid for that one. So we're going to throw those 2 windows in. This one will go in the front. That one will, it's either going to go up in the loft in the front, or it will go in the back. I haven't quite decided which of those yet. Guess we'll wait and see. I think I kind of like to keep it on the south side and leave the north side just wall, but we'll see. So what we're doing here, I laid out the wall on here. As you can see, I got some marks here. This is the window opening from here to here, so we're going to have a stud on either side of the window. And then over here we're going to have a door opening, which I'll cut out of the bottom once we get the thing up and in place. Just working on cutting the 2x4s. Cutter of choice here, the Steel 025. This saw is probably, I don't know, 25 years old. Maybe not quite 25 years old, 20 years old anyway, and doing me well. And as I don't have any electricity here, and I don't feel like getting the generator, hauling it out here to use the tools, the electrical tools I have, and don't have any battery powered tools right now, that's what I'm using to cut. We're using nails to nail everything together. I do have some common tools here. We got a speed square, and over yonder is a level. And as I mentioned before, this platform is insulated. There's 2 layers of this insulation, which is not anything too spectacular, but will provide a little bit of insulation. There's a layer right underneath the floorboards that goes all the way across, and then there's a layer right along the bottom. You can see a little bit right here. Sticking out, that hopefully will allow us to maintain some heat without giving up a bunch of nesting places for mice and whatnot. Squirrels, mice, whatever else might want to nest in it. So I'm going to spend a little time, nail this wall together, and I'll show you progress along the way. Okay, so got one wall framed up, the front wall, and a little bit of the side wall. So basically what I'm going to do because this cabin's going to have a loft just in the front 4 feet. And it's going to overhang 2 feet, so there'll be 6 feet of loft space up there. That's going to blend in with the rest of the roof, so I'm going to have the same roof everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the wall up 6 inches in the back to accommodate for the 2x6s that'll make the loft up in the front. That way everything will be the same height all the way across. So as you can see, there'll be a doorway right here, and over here we have the window framed in for the window that's leaning against the tree over there. I think that window is going to go up in the peak, so there's light up in the loft. That's the plan at the moment. That's the where we've made it thus far. So tomorrow I'll get back at it and hopefully finish up these walls. I do got to cut some more 2x4s, so I'll bring you guys along for that. We'll cut up some 2x4s, and we will proceed with building walls.